Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and Nye, exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML and MSP in Queens, NY, offering network management, VoIP and UCAS, that's Voice over Internet Protocol, and Unified Communications as a Service.
Right.
Cybersecurity, compliance, IaaS, infrastructure as a service, cloud, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this deep dive is definitely for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're looking at a potentially hidden threat in your business tech, security risks within the devices connected to your network, particularly thinking about where those devices actually come from, and this surprising discovery of remote kill switches.
It sounds a bit dramatic, maybe, like something out of a movie.
Yeah, it does.
But, the reality, and this is what Len Kaplan's blog post really highlights, it's called Every Device a Beachhead, Chinese-made kill switches and the hidden risks in your network. The reality is that even seemingly simple gadgets can become, well, entry points. Vulnerable spots for attacks on your business.
Okay, so kill switches. Let's unpack that. What are we actually talking about here? What was found?
So recently, U.S. regulators found these undocumented cellular radios hidden inside solar farm inverters that were made in China.
Undocumented, so not supposed to be there.
Exactly, not on the spec sheet. And the worry is they could be activated remotely,
Yeah.
To potentially disable the equipment. Now, okay, this was large-scale energy stuff.
Right, big infrastructure.
But the core concern, and this is really central to the blog post, is that this type of hidden communication channel could exist in all sorts of network devices, not just big industrial gear.
And the specific focus on Chinese-made hardware, it's not just about where it's built, is it? There's a legal angle, too.
That's a key point the blog brings up. Companies operating in China fall under a national intelligence law. It basically requires them to cooperate with government intelligence requests.
Regardless of their customers' interests.
Regardless. And when you combine that legal obligation with supply chains, they can be pretty complex and maybe not fully transparent.
Track everything.
Right. It raises the possibility of hidden backdoors or, unexpected features being built into the hardware without anyone really knowing. The solar farm thing. That's just the latest sort of high-profile example of this wider potential risk.
Wow. Okay, that definitely makes you pause and think about, well, everything plugged into the network. We usually worry about the obvious stuff, computers, servers.
Sure, the traditional IT.
But the blog emphasizes how much bigger the network landscape is now, doesn't it?
It really does. The lines are blurring between that traditional IT computer software and what we call OT, operational technology.
OT, like factory controls, building systems.
Exactly. Systems controlling physical things. Your HVAC, maybe security cameras, access control for doors. Think about a typical small business now. You might have smart thermostats, surveillance cameras, maybe remote management cards for servers, VoIP phones, building sensors. They're all connected.
And I guess we don't always think of those as major security risks. I mean, how much damage can a thermostat do?
Well, think about how they work. Almost all these devices talk on the network, right? Even just for updates or remote checks.
Okay, yeah.
That communication path, it can be exploited. And like we saw with those hidden radios, some devices might even have ways to communicate that bypass your main firewall completely.
Ooh, okay. That's worrying.
And maybe even more concerning. If an attacker gets in through one of these maybe less protected devices, they can use it as a foothold, a beachhead, like the blog title said.
To move deeper into the network.
Exactly. Move laterally, maybe steal data, or deploy ransomware across everything in your IT systems and your OT systems. It's like finding an unlocked window to get into the whole house.
Okay, right. This is definitely eye-opening. So for that small business owner listening, what can they actually do? What are the practical steps? The blog post gives some advice, right?
It does, yeah. Some really actionable stuff. The foundation really is having a solid inventory. Know everything connected to your network, hardware, software.
Like make a list. Manufacturer, model.
Manufacturer, model, firmware version, even where you bought it. You absolutely can't secure what you don't even know you have. It prevents unauthorized stuff creeping in too.
Makes total sense. What else?
Network segmentation is huge. The blog really stresses this. If you have OT devices, like maybe those solar inverters if you have them, or HVAC, door systems keep them separate from your main corporate IT network.
How do you do that?
Using things like VLANs, access control lists, firewalls, basically create zones. So if one area gets compromised, it doesn't automatically spread everywhere, contain the damage.
Okay, containment, got it.
Another key thing, check your firmware integrity. Compare the firmware actually on your device with the official version from the vendor. Use their signatures or checksums. If something doesn't match, investigate immediately.
And monitoring, looking beyond just the devices themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Monitor your network traffic. Look for anything weird or anomalous.
Like,
Unexpected connections going out, especially maybe cellular connections you didn't know about, or traffic going to overseas locations. It just doesn't make sense for your business. Good intrusion detection systems and next-gen firewalls can help spot this.
right.
And finally, vet your vendors. Be really careful who you buy from, especially for potentially higher-risk devices. Think surveillance gear, industrial controllers, power equipment.
Stick to reputable sources.
Try to buy from established Tier 1 distributors if you can. And, this is becoming more common, ask for an SBOM, a software bill of materials. It's like an ingredients list for the software. And maybe hardware attestations, too, to verify the components.
That sounds like digging deep, but necessary.
It can be, yeah. For critical stuff, it's worth it.
The blog also mentions CDML's own approach for their clients, sort of packaging this up.
Right, they outline their proactive security framework. It covers a lot of this, like thorough discovery and verification building, that inventory we talked about, checking origins. They implement secure designs with segmentation, use continuous monitoring, assess supply chain risks, manage patching proactively, and importantly, they do staff training too.
Training, like for phishing.
Phishing, social engineering, incident response drills, it's a whole layered approach.
So wrapping this up, the big takeaway for a small business owner is you really have to view every single connected device as a potential way in for trouble.
That's the core message, yeah. Every device is potentially a beachhead.
And by taking those steps, knowing your assets, separating things, watching the traffic, vetting suppliers, you can really shrink that attack surface.
Exactly. It's about having that vigilant mindset and understanding that today, supply chain security isn't just some niche topic. It's a fundamental part of your overall cybersecurity posture.
Really crucial insights. And if people want to learn more or reach out to CDML,
you can find more info and contact details at cdml.com/contact. That's cdml.com/contact.
and they have the blog too, right?
Yep. The blog is at cdml.com/blog-2, and they also have blogcasts like video versions on YouTube at youtube.com at CDML Computer Services.
Great resources to dive deeper.
Definitely worth checking out if this is a concern for your business.
Till next time.